Hello everyone, Namaste, Hare Krishna. Welcome to Bhagavad Gita session. We are in the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. This chapter is titled Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Vibhaga, Yoga. Kshetra means body, Kshetrajna means soul. In this chapter, Krishna speaks about the body, soul, body and soul. Many details about body and soul. Okay, so in our previous sessions, we have covered 4 topics. So today we'll see the 5th topic. Okay, so I'll give you a quick glimpse of what the topics covered in our previous sessions. So Krishna spoke about body, the composition of the body. This is composed of 24 elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether, and 5 working senses, 5 knowledge acquiring senses, working senses, and mind, intelligence, pulse, ego, everything combined to be one body. One body. And there is a soul is different from all these things. Soul is different from all these things. But Krishna used the word kshetra, kshetrajna. Kshetra means, generally kshetra means a field, a farmland. Okay, kshetrajna means knower of the field, a farmer. Farmer knows the farmland, right? A farmer knows the farmland. The farmer could ruin the entire farmland, or he could make best use of the farmland. Okay, farmland, kshetra is kshetra. Okay, so similarly, Krishna is used the word uh, kshetra for this body because this body is given to us for a purpose, the human body especially, right? We could make best use of this human body, or we could make worse use of this human body. So it's choices of us. That's why we are the owner. We could make best use of this human body. So Krishna speaks about body, every composition of the body, comparing the body to be a kshetra, a field, and about the soul. So we may not have awareness or consciousness that we are soul. Yes, that is true, right? Most all the time we feel like we are body. Because of to get the awareness of the soul, one has to cultivate good qualities. Okay, so Krishna lists out 20 good qualities one has to cultivate: humility, tolerance, and many things. So that is a topic number 2. And topic number 3, Krishna speaks about himself. He being the supreme Lord who resides as super soul, Paramatma, in the heart of every living being. Okay, the nature of the super soul is superior to the soul. Okay, soul is different, super soul is different. And the super soul could function in any way it likes. The God can function any way. Uh, God doesn't need limbs to move. God doesn't need eyes to see, right? So in our conditioned state, for a soul to function, soul needs a body. But in a God can function in many different ways. Krishna spoke about that. And most importantly, towards the end of that section, Krishna says, soul can attain a nature like God, not God. Soul will not become God. Soul will never ever become God. Soul will attain a nature like God. Basically, in a liberated stage, when we are in the spiritual world with Krishna, then our bodies doesn't deteriorate. There is no death. There is no hunger. So those qualities. Okay. Krishna, you were saying the soul is so great and glorious in its liberated state. You can attain a nature like Supreme Lord by the practice. So, what is causing the soul to be bounded in this material nature? What is causing the soul to go through uh, repeated cycles of birth and death? Krishna spoke about that important subject matter, the bondage of soul in the body and transmigration. 4th topic, that is because of Prakriti, material nature. There is another element, there is a soul, one element, there is a material nature, second element, the third element is super soul, Ishvara, God. The soul is getting in contact with the body, the body is getting influenced by three modes: mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. And soul is getting, the body is getting propelled to act in a way. Soul through body looking at it, eye looking at things and desiring. Because of desiring mentality, material nature is facilitating, and soul is desiring and doing karma, good karma, bad karma, and getting lost. Because of good karma, bad karma, and actions, and the nature he acquires. If he's in the mode of goodness, he attains a good body. If his nature at the time of death is, in the mode of passion, he attains a body which is suitable for the mode of passion, like a tiger body. And if a person dies, or at the time of death, his consciousness in the mode of ignorance, he attains a lower species body. So that is very important subject matter Krishna covers in fourth. So we did four topics. So we are in the last section of this 13th chapter, where Krishna talks about the body and soul are different. One has to see with that vision. Okay. So this section is also quite technical. This entire chapter is quite technical. When we break down and see things, then we can understand. Okay. So Krishna used the word Gnana Chakshu. Okay. So Chakshu means eyes. Gnana Chakshu means one has to have the vision with knowledge. Not just a regular vision, but the vision has to be coded with knowledge. Add knowledge to your vision, then you can see things clearly. So I'll tell an example we can understand here. So this child looking at the sun, and child says, "Dad, look at the sun. I'm seeing the sun. The size of the sun is just 4 or 5 inches, and it is smaller than me. It is smaller than me." Then father would say, "Buddy, the size of sun is lot more bigger. It is 108 times bigger than the size of Earth. You are so tiny element." Hmm? So when now that child has heard and learned about the sun, and when he looks at it next time, he sees that with that vision, right? He sees the sun with that vision. So what is the vision? Oh, this is so big. The size of the sun is so huge. It is appearing like this. That is a vision. So his perception changed. The boy's perception changed, right? When he gains the knowledge. So that's what Krishna is saying. When you gain the knowledge, your vision changes. How you look at the things, how you be in the thing, how you look at various species, how you look at or deal with people, or our perception changes. So one has to embellish their vision with knowledge. So I'll give a quick overview, a list of all the things in this section, so that we'll get an idea as we go through what's coming. These are all linked. So first thing Krishna says, whatever exists in this creation is nothing but a combination of body and soul. So when we get into the shloka, I'll give more explanation and details. Okay. So Krishna further says, what destroys is a body alone. For the soul, there is no death. When you see all beings as souls, there's the presence of soul and super soul in all beings. We don't discriminate people, right? So then we'll not be disturbed by the mind. And Krishna further says that um, this material nature is making this soul with the body to act in a certain way, propelling, pushing in a way. So we'll see that why. And soul itself is pure, but because of the soul is present in the body, soul is propelled in to act in a way. And all the varieties of bodies, whether short, tall, big, long, animal, cat, dog, or demigod, or whatever, and their expansions, their children's progeny, anything in this world, are because of the cause is material nature. Material nature. The differences are because of the material nature, not because of the soul. Soul is equal basically in any body. Hmm? And the nature of the soul, one may ask a question, is the nature of the soul changed when it is in the cat body? Is it becoming a cat soul? When it is in the dog body, is it becoming a dog soul? No. Irrespective of whatever the body, the soul is in, the nature of the soul is not changed. The nature of the soul is Satchitananda. Okay, Satchidananda. The nature of the soul is not changed. Krishna, can you give me a more example to understand? Yes. Krishna gives example that just as the nature of the space. Okay. So space is not the space NASA. We see many pictures right outside this Earth. No, then that's not the space. Space is like space. Just there's a space in between any objects, right? So my head and this laptop, this monitor, there's a space. Right? There's a space. So the space is also one of the five elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. Ether is nothing but space. The space is, you can't change or delete the space, right? The nature of the space is not changed. So similarly, the nature of the soul is unchanged. So we'll go through these verses. I'm giving a overview here. Um, and also Krishna says the soul is so great that it illuminates the entire body with consciousness. And finally, Krishna concludes this chapter saying that one has to gain the knowledge what is body, what is soul, why they are combined, what is causing the soul to perpetually transmigrate from one body to another body and going through this repeated cycle of birth and death. What is the cause? One has to gain the knowledge and learn the process to come out of this bondage. What is the bondage? We are getting trapped by this soul is getting trapped in bodies. Soul is getting trapped in bodies. One has to gain the knowledge to come out of this trap. Okay. So there's a process Krishna has taught: Karma Yoga, Gnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. These yogic principles, especially Bhakti Yoga, which helps us to come out of this trap. Okay. So I'll ask someone to read the verses and we'll get into the verses. Anyone wants to read? Yeah, Aditya.
यावत् सञ्जायते किञ्चित् सत्त्वं स्थावरजङ्गमं क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञसंयोगात् तद्विद्धि भरतर्षभ. O chief of Bharatas, know that whatever you see in existence, both the moving and the non-moving, is only a combination of the field of activities and the knower of the field.
Yeah, read
The
it.
true,
Good.
yeah, okay. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameshwaram vinashyasva vinashyastam yaha pashyati sapashyati. One who sees the super soul accompanying the individual soul in all bodies and who understands the neither the soul nor the super soul within the destructible body is ever destroyed actually sees.
Okay. Aditya Prabhu. So this is a fifth topic. Krishna speaks about the soul and body differences. Okay, from 27 to 35. Hmm. So in 27, this is the first verse. Krishna says, Yavat Yavat sanjayate kinchit sattvam sthavar jangamam Kshitra Kshitrajna Samyoghat. Tadvidhi Bharatashabha. Tadvidhi, understand. Right? So what Krishna is saying here is, so anything we see, Sattvam means that has a life, that is conscious, that has a life. Okay? Is nothing but a combination of body and soul. Prakriti and Purusha. Body and soul. So as I said, Krishna started this chapter by saying Kshetra Kshetrajna. So Krishna used this word Kshetra Kshetrajna, combination. Samyoga means a combination. It's in combined. Combined. Okay. So anything which has a life. So what has a life? What are the things which has life? There are many things which has a life. Right? So if you see this picture, like there is a many species in the world. There are 8.4 million species of life. 8.4 million species of life as per scriptures. Vedic scripture says there are 8.4 million species of life. Human body. is just a one species. Out of 8.4 million, human body is just a one species. It is not 8.4. It is just one of the 8.4. Okay. If you see uh, cat, there are wide varieties of cats. It's still considered one species. It's just a one species, cat species. So likewise, there are 8.4 million unique species. Unique species. Okay. All has life. They can eat, sleep, recreate, reproduce. Hmm. So, and all activities, whatever living beings does. Hmm. And we can see Krishna use a word here, sthavara jangamam. Sthavara means that is fixed, that is not moving. Jangamam means that is moving. Okay, so there are many species in this existence, cosmic existence. They move. Hmm. We see, like, we are humans, we have legs and we are moving with the legs. Huh? We have two legs, we are moving with two legs. There are some animals which are moving with four legs. There are some species which are moving with many legs. Many legs. You don't ask me what are the names. Yeah, there are many species. I don't know. I can't remember now. There are many species which move with many legs, and there are species which move in the water. Water, right? Still, that's why Krishna used the word jangamam, moving. The things which are moving, that it has a life, because of the life, because of the existence of soul, that causes the body to move. Right? That's it. So that is jangamam. That is moving things. Sthavara is non-moving things. So non-moving things, Krishna is saying they also have a life. So what are those non-moving things that has life? They're nothing but plants and trees. The trees, Krishna is saying the trees, the plants, they also have life. They also have soul. We can understand humans, we like we have this body and a soul. Huh? When the soul goes out of this body, this body is nothing but a dead body. It's good to be burnt or buried. Right? So similarly, so trees also have a life. They also have souls. They are souls with a body, tree body. But their consciousness is not so developed. Hmm? But compared to there are trees, various species, and humans. Human consciousness is so nicely developed. Right? Uh, yeah. So the consciousness is in immature state because of arrangement of Prakriti. So in this existence, there are moving beings, non-moving beings. They all have life. They all nothing but a combination of body and soul. Whether the soul in the tree body or whether that soul in the human body, it's all body and soul combination. Some yoga. Hmm? That is verse number 27. And verse number 28, Krishna says, in all the bodies, in many species of life, all the bodies that which has a life, right? In every species, there is a soul. There is also a super soul. Or God is also present in every body which has soul. God is also present. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hrideshya Arjuna Tishtati. Where is a God? In the heart of every living being. Okay? Hrideshya, heart. So God is present in the heart of every living being. Okay? God is also accompanying the soul in all the bodies. So Krishna spoke about that aspect, like what are the functions, what God do. We covered that in last session itself. What is the role? God is nicely watching a movie, or God is making us function. How God is making us function? We learned that in our previous session. Hmm? So, yeah, so God is present in the heart of every living being, every living. And Krishna also says, very important thing, that what destroys, vinashastu, avinashastam, right? Vinasha, avinasha. Okay, vinasha is that is subject to destruction, which is can be destroyed. Avinasha, that will not destroyed, right? So Krishna is saying what get destroyed is a body alone. What get destroyed is the body alone. What is Avinasha? That is the soul. So soul never get destroyed. Soul never get destroyed. It is body that is get destroyed. Huh? In our body, in our body, we are a soul. We are a soul. We can't say like we are a body. We are a soul. We have a body, this human body. Okay. In our human body, there is a super soul as well, Paramatma. Okay. When this body dies, the soul, along with body, along with all impressions, subtle body, goes to another body. Simple. So, and this body getting destroyed and changing, getting destroyed, can be destroyed. Okay. So this body is vinasha, the subject to destruction. So what destroys is the body. For a soul, there is no destruction. Soul is not destroyed. So how soul is not destroyed, Krishna spoke in second chapter. Right? Soul cannot be cut with a knife, or soul cannot be burnt with a fire, soul cannot be withered with air, soul cannot be um, uh, put in water and get destroyed. So soul cannot be destroyed in anything. So soul is eternal. Hmm. Yeah. So again, always remember body, soul. Okay? Body. Yes, if you put this body in fire, it becomes a powder. Right? It becomes a powder, nothing but a powder. So we may think like I'm so beautiful, I'm so handsome, I have this thing, I'm so tall, I'm so fat, I'm so strong muscles. But if you put in fire, it's just a powder. Okay, so this is the one which get destroyed, but the soul doesn't get destroyed. For the soul, it just goes into another body. Okay, soul, even though it is in the fire, but soul doesn't never get destroyed. Okay. So we'll move on to the next set of verses, verse number 29. So 29, 30, 31, 32, I just have English. So anyone who wants to read English, yeah, we can read now. Can read.
Uh, Result of such mature vision, no degradation. One who sees the super soul equally present everywhere in every living being does not degrade himself by his mind. Thus, he approaches the transcendental destination.
Thank you. So what Krishna said, the existence, the living being is a combination of body and soul. What destroys is a body, not soul. See that we see with that vision. That's what Krishna has been saying. See with that vision. Develop a vision to see that what destroys is a body, not soul. And when a person starts seeing living beings as souls, is not disturbed by the mind. Is not disturbed by the mind. So most of the time in this world, do we see other friends or other beings as bodies or souls? Most of the time, 100% of the time, we are seeing other people as other living beings as the bodies only. Because our consciousness is we're not seeing with the knowledge, with the vision of knowledge. Hmm. So that is the biggest reason in this world there are many problems. Hmm. So people, one person doesn't like other person's face, other person's color, other person's religion. We are identifying, okay, human beings identifying other beings. We are labeling them. He's a Christian, he's a Muslim, he's a Pakistani, he's a American. We are putting different labels. He's tall, he's fat. I don't like his face. I don't like his nose. So we are labeling. We are looking at we are looking only at the external covering. With our eyes, material eyes, we are only looking at the exterior covering, and we are labeling and getting bewildered with this mind, and started discriminating people. Because of this, there are so many problems in this world. One country doesn't like other country. One person doesn't like other person. Uh, uh, because of other person's appearance, this person doesn't like, or this person doesn't like other person's religion. Is labeling like, okay, this person is this religion. I don't like this person because of his that religion. What Krishna is saying, they're nothing but souls. Look, have the perception that they're souls. See that soul. When we all, everybody in this world see others as souls, do not label with their exterior identities. If we never ever label them with exterior identities, we don't discriminate. There is a peace, prosperity, happiness in this world. Right? Nobody fights with each other. Nobody quarrels or discriminates and create problems to other. Mm. So that is a material vision, right? So we are seeing with a material vision and started discriminating people because of their exterior covering. But when a person sees that, a soul sees other soul, thinking that they're a soul. They are a soul. They also have a God in their heart. Super soul is also present in their heart. Mm. Just as like God is in me, God is also in my friend's heart. When you see that with that vision, then the relation is really good. Relation is good. So one may say like the spouse may say to other spouse that you are my soulmate. My dear honey, my dear wife, my dear honey, you are my soulmate. I love you so much. But again, immediately this person will say, why your hair is like this? Why your hair is like this? Why your face is like this? Maybe you could do something on your face. Maybe you could do something on your body. So what is this? Is this person is seeing as a soulmate or the or seeing with the body relation? Mhm. So if a person is saying truly, you are my soulmate, then he should see only as a soul, as a soul. Mhm. Then that such person vision is a true vision, a true vision. Mhm. Then there is no quarrel between spouses or among the people or anywhere in this world. So that's what Krishna is being saying, that soul is present in the body. There is a super soul also. See with that vision. See with that vision. Don't get bewildered by their exterior covering. Don't get bewildered by exterior covering. I may have exterior covering as human. Someone else has exterior covering as cat. Someone else has a exterior covering as a dog or elephant or a tree. It's just exterior covering only. So Krishna is saying, don't get bewildered by the exterior covering. Gain the knowledge and see with that vision. Okay? Now Krishna elaborates this in more. Verse number 30. The true serious vision about Jiva and Prakriti. So I'll ask someone to read this.
One who can see that all activities are performed by the body, which is created of material nature, and sees that the self does nothing, actually sees.
Thank you, Bhavan. So we can say we learned that we are a combination of body and soul. What destroys is the body, and see with the vision there is a soul and super soul present in the body. But why the one may ask the question, why the soul present in the body is acting differently? The soul present in the cat body is behaving like a cat, running behind milk, uh, running behind milk, running behind rats, and soul in a dog body running behind something to eat and do things. Tiger running behind um, meat. So is it because of soul, or who is making this who is making these bodies to function in this way? Hmm. If you have a question, Krishna is answering that it is because of Prakriti, material nature. Okay. When the soul is present in the cat body, it behaves like a cat. It behaves like a cat only. It is because of God's arrangement. This is called Prakriti, Maya Shakti of the Lord. God arranges very nicely in such a way the soul functions like cat only. Right? Because that's a nature. That's how like a cat body, it has to behave like a cat, and the material nature propels that soul to behave like a cat. And the soul is forgetful of its nature because of this covering. Soul is forgetful and is behaving like a cat, dog, uh, and is a dog body behaving like a dog, uh, and running behind things. And a human body, the soul is running behind many things, running behind money, running behind many things. totally restless. Maybe if sometimes I feel like other species are really having good time because their roles and responsibilities are limited. You know, the human, when it takes a human body, it comes with a responsibility. So many material responsibilities. That is true. Human life is challenging, but there is also another responsibility, one of the objective for the soul in this human body. There are four objectives: dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Dharma is when a person being in a human body, okay, there is a responsibility that he has to follow dharma. He has to know dharma, means what is right, what is wrong, what are the rules to be followed, what to be avoided. How can I be a good human being? Hmm? Conscious human being, good human being. There are dharma, follow dharma. Artha. Artha means earn money. Artha means earning possessions. Okay, it has to be combined with dharma, right? So I earn money, I go to office, earn money in a righteous way, in a dharmic way. Okay, what will I do after earning money? Enjoy money. That is kama. Kama means experience, enjoy your possessions. Now that you possessed, artha means possessions. Now that I have the house, I enjoy the house, I enjoy in the house, right? Now that I have the money, I enjoy in the money. That's called kama. This is good. There's nothing wrong. Okay, that's what human body is for. Dharma, artha, kama, and there's one more objective. Most of us forget this primary objective. That is moksha. Okay, that is moksha. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. The one has to, being a soul in the human body, I also need to work towards this objective. That is to come out of this human body and find a means to attain liberation. So, what is moksha? How to attain moksha? The soul has to figure out. I mean, I'm learning from scriptures like Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Most of the time, we are busy filling our annual. Some people who are in the IT, they know. So, what I'm talking about. So, every year we get to fill our goals and objectives. Okay. So these are my goals. This is what I do. I achieved my goals. I'm done. 1 year, second year, third year, this what happens every year. Every year. But we are forgetful of, okay, these are all material goals. We may have goals like I earn this much money, I have these possessions. These are all good. The one important goal we must never ever forget, that is the moksha. Moksha is also one of the primary goal. Hmm. So soul, coming to this topic in the 30th verse, what Krishna is saying, that all the actions are being performed by Prakriti, material nature. Soul actually doing nothing. Soul actually doing nothing, right? When the soul is in the cat body, it is behaving like a cat and doing all the catly things, dogly things, humanly things, right? But it's all because of Prakriti's arrangement. So what's happening to the soul then? Soul is only experiencing happiness, distress. Krishna covered this in previous section, right? So soul in the body just experiencing happiness. Soul in the cat body, running behind milk, drinking in the milk, and experiencing happiness. Okay, uh, uh, experiencing happiness and distress. So that's the thing. So, and what Krishna is saying, the message here is what acts is what makes the soul to act is the Prakriti, material nature, not the soul. Soul only desires, and Prakriti facilitates. Okay. Anyone has a question? See Priyanka ji unmuted. Okay. So I'll move on. I'll ask someone to read the 31 verse, Brahman vision.
When a sensible man ceases to see different identities due to different material bodies and he sees how beings are expanded everywhere, he attains to the Brahman conception.
Thank you. So Krishna spoke about entire existence. Living beings is nothing but a combination of body and soul. What destroys is the body. For a soul, there is no destruction, and gain the vision to see presence of God, presence of soul, God in all the living beings, and soul is being propelled to act in a way because of Prakriti. Okay, and in this verse, Krishna is saying, um, all the bodies we see, all wide varieties of bodies in this existence, right? All varieties are bodies. Who is the cause of the bodies itself is also Prakriti, the material nature, right? We see for a soul there is no change. For a soul there is no example. Krishna uses the word expanded everywhere. There are many bodies, different species body, or different human species also. Some are tall, fat, all the variations, variegatedness in the bodies is also Prakriti, because of Prakriti only, material nature only. According to past karma, one may get a beautiful human body, one may get a nice, beautiful demigod body. So, according to past karma, Prakriti, material nature facilitates. Okay, but the soul identifies like I am this body. Why I got this body? Why I got this hair? Why I got this face? Yeah. So the variations are because of Prakriti only. And one more thing Krishna talks about, that is the soul in the body reproduces, right? The cats will produce maybe ten children, and that 10 children will produce another 10 children, and the humans also reproducing. We are saying the soul is present in the body. uh, that means like soul's nature is changed, or a soul is split into two or split into 10. When the soul has 10 children, does the soul split into 10? Answer is no. The soul is still the same. The soul in the mother body, even the mother is giving birth to 10 children, I'm not human beings, okay? Yeah, maybe human beings also would do. But if the mother is giving birth to 10 children, the soul in the mother is not changed. It is same. It is not split. It is the same. Okay. So the bodies which get out of this mother, 10 bodies, they also have souls, individual souls. They are still different people, different personalities, different people. Okay. So so what Krishna is saying, one has to gain that vision. Don't think that the one soul becoming many souls. No, rule out that principle. Krishna is saying, if you have that understanding that one soul becoming many souls, no, rule out. Okay, and the 32 was last one to read. The soul is non-doer and not entangled.
Those with the vision of eternity can see that the imperishable soul is transcendental, eternal, and beyond the modes of nature. Despite contact with the material body, O Arjuna, the soul neither does anything nor is entangled.
Okay, Lord. So Krishna is giving many examples, many ways to understand the body soul differences, and how the body functions or the soul functions. Like it is because of the Prakriti material nature making the body, the soul within the body to function in a way. And in this verse, Krishna is saying that develop the vision and see with that vision that soul is unchanged. Soul is imperishable. Soul is eternal. Soul is eternal. Why soul is eternal? Soul cannot be destroyed by any element. So soul is eternal. Okay. Soul goes from one body to another body. Hmm? And it continues. Even in the spiritual world, soul has its existence. Soul doesn't merge with the God. So God is different, soul is different. Okay. So soul is eternal. And very important point Krishna makes is soul is beyond the modes of material nature. So, what is material nature? There are three modes of material nature: mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. Okay, so we speak this all the time. The Sattva-guna is we can experience when we are in the we can't see it with our eyes, Sattva-guna, right? We can experience it when we are in the peace of mind. When we are in the sattvic guna, sattva guna, or mode of goodness, our mind is pure, our consciousness is pure. So we can see in the nature early morning also. Early morning, The material nature is so calm, serene, right? Our minds are also so calm, serene. That is our mind is also in the mode of goodness. The Prakriti, the material nature is also in the mode of goodness in the early morning time. Okay? In the afternoon time, the Prakriti, we see the nature, it's so hot. Our mind is also so busy. In the material nature, we see towards the end of the day, it is dark and coming to settle down. The nature is also settling down, right? Our body is also tired and we are settling down. Just like how nature is functioning, it has its influence on our bodies, right? Sometimes you are in the mode of goodness, sometimes you are in a mode of very passion, sometimes you are tired, lazy, and ready to sleep in the mode of ignorance. So, is it mode on the body or soul? How the are the modes acting on the body or soul? Krishna is saying the modes are acting only on the body, not on the soul. Okay, so because of entire creation, whatever existence in the world is nothing but it's a produce of the three modes. It's like you take a mud, you take a piece of mud and you make a toy, or you make a water pot, or you make anything, right? So the end of the day, material is same. End of the day, material is same. So the material is Prakriti, which consists of three modes: goodness, passion, ignorance. From that produce many things: earth, water, fire, air, ether, and from that produce this body. Okay, anything which is produced of these three modes get influenced by the three modes, changed by these three modes, right? Even plants also experience these three modes. Cat also experience these three modes. Humans also experience these three modes. But what Krishna is saying, only that is on the bodily level. Soul never. Uh, it is because of the body, soul is experiencing that three modes. The nature of the soul is not changed. Period. That's what Krishna is saying. The nature of the soul is not changed. These are all Sankhya. This Sankhya philosophy is so technical. If you have any understanding about body and soul, or a different understanding about body and soul, everything will be cleared now in this set of verses. Krishna says, so how can we see the differences? What is body, what is soul, and how to see this body and soul? Krishna is giving more details for us to understand. So sometimes we say like, okay, this person is a arrogant soul. This person is a arrogant soul. Huh? What are we doing now? We are labeling a person to be arrogant person. That means the nature of the soul is changed to be arrogant. No, it is because of his body and his mind. That is Prakriti. There's a body. Body with mind, intelligence, everything is combined body. The physical body with flesh and the mind and everything, right? So mind, consciousness, intelligence, everything is still a body. Hmm? So if a person we are saying arrogant body means his mind is very arrogant and like he cultivated the arrogancy, right? For a soul, if you see the soul, like he's not an arrogant soul. His mind is corrupted. Greedy soul, arrogant soul. We hear this a lot, right? Greedy soul, arrogant soul. We are labeling only the bodies only. It is because of their body and mind. The same person, when he's put into meditation or the practice of bhakti yoga, Krishna consciousness bhakti yoga, he may become a pure soul. His consciousness become pure. His mind becomes pure. He's not an arrogant fellow anymore, right? So, but we are labeling as arrogant soul, right? The nature of the soul is not changed. It is because of body and mind only. Hmm. So, the nature of the not soul is not changed, and uh, soul neither does anything nor is entangled. So soul only desires, like I want to do, and everything is facilitated by Prakriti, and we are propelled to act in a way. So we covered that aspect. So we'll move on. Krishna himself gives example for us to understand these body soul differences and more details about body and soul. I'll ask someone to read this. Um, Anyone else want to try Sanskrit, English?
I'll try, bro. It's
Uh,
okay.
Thank you. Okay.
यथा सर्वगतं सौक्ष्म्यात् अक्षसं नोपलीयते सर्वत्र देहे तथात्मा नोपलीयते पलीयते.
Translation.
Uh, the sky, due to its subtle nature, does not mix with anything, although it is all-pervading. Similarly, the soul situated in Brahman vision does not mix with the body, though situated in that body.
Yeah, one more.
Oh.
34.
यथा प्रकाशयते एक कृष्णं लोकम् इमं रवि क्षेत्रं क्षेत्री तथा कृष्णं प्रकाशयति Bharata. O son of Bharat, as the sun alone illuminates all this universe, so does the living entity, one within the body, illuminate the entire body by consciousness.
Thank you, Neeraj Prabhu. So these, even though it is Sanskrit, if we try to read it, it's very good for us because these words are emanated from the God Himself, from the lotus mouth of the Supreme Lord. Okay, Krishna Himself spoke. When God came as Lord Rama, He never gave instructions or spoke. Right? He gave little bit instructions, not too much. But when Lord came as Krishna, He has given instruction. He spoke these verses. All these verses were spoken by Him. Okay, all these verses are transcendental. Just like God is transcendental, God is glorious, God is transcendental. The verses spoken by Krishna, this every word of Sanskrit or English translated by Prabhupada. These are all glorious. They are glorious, transcendental. It's also for our purification, if you could read it. Thank you, Prabhu. So, yes, what Krishna is saying, body soul differences, and Krishna in this verse number 33, saying, soul does not mix with matter. So, one may think soul is in the cat body. Is the nature of the soul changed? Is a cat soul now? When the soul is in the dog body, is it a dog soul now? Or the soul is in a human body, arrogant, is an arrogant soul now? No, 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 no. For a soul, there is no change, no change. Krishna, can you give me example? Okay, this is what Krishna said in verse number 33. Is giving example. Example is also very profound, very deep. So, Krishna uses just as like Akasha. So there are five elements. Okay, earth, water, fire, air, ether. Okay, earth is something we can see with our eyes. Water we can see with our eyes. And because it is grass, water is also grass, right? Which has a form, shape. And a fire, fire also has a form, has a shape. We can see with our eyes. Air we cannot see, but we can experience it. It is presented. And more subtler than everything is Akasha. Akasha is space. Akasha is more subtle. Hmm? So space is nothing. One should not think like space means like NASA. We first thing comes in our mind when we say space is like NASA, and or there's a lady who went to who was stuck in the space for some time, right? So all those things will come in our minds, right? So yeah, the space is that's also one of the element. Earth, water, fire, air, either the space. Space is like a space. Is there a space between my head and this monitor? Yes. There is a space. It's a subtle, and there's space. The space is everywhere. The space is on the Earth planet. The space is on this entire Earth planet globe. The space is on the entire universe. Because space is also one of the element. One of the element. There is a space, right? So think of space is like a canvas. Okay. If you're a painter, if I'm a painter, I'll buy a canvas, right? Whiteboard, and I'll draw nicely. Nicely, right? So a space is also like a canvas where there is a object, like this. So Krishna using this example of space for us to understand that the nature of the space is not changed. Just as like nature of the space is not changed, no one can change the nature of the space, right? It is space. Just like nature of the space is not changed, that the nature of the soul, even though it is in the body, cat body, dog body, whatever the body, the nature of the soul is not changed. It remains at Satchitananda. Okay, does not mix with the body. His nature is not changed. Okay, and in the verse number 34, Krishna says that this soul is so glorious, even though it is tiny. What is the size of soul? Very, very small fraction. It's so subtle. Soul is also subtle. Huh? So here 33 verse Krishna says soul is subtle, it does not mix with the bodies. It is so subtle and it is not also glorious because it illuminates the entire body with consciousness. Krishna, can you give me an example? That is, yes, this is sun. Just as like sun on this, we see sun every day, not today. It's raining, but someday we see sun. At least in Missouri, we see sun a lot in future, hopefully, definitely. So sun, very sun, sun is too far away, very too far away. It's the distance is 108 times bigger than and many miles away, many miles away. Huh? The sun is present at one place, and it is illuminating entire universe, not just Earth planet, entire universe, right? So entire universe, and especially if you take the Earth, yes, it is illuminating the entire Earth. So what is the size of? It's so huge. Earth is so huge, but sun is illuminating entire Earth with sun rays, right? So when the sun is there, even though we are in a closed room, if you have a window, there is a nice sunlight coming in. And my room is lit. My room is lit. So just as like sun illuminating the entire existence, soul is also, even though it is subtle, even though it is tiny, even though it is in the heart of a living entity, it is illuminating the entire body with consciousness. If you ask an example how to experience the consciousness, pinch yourself pinch yourself on your hand, you get a pain. And if there is an obstruction of consciousness, if there is obstruction of spreading of consciousness, then you get a pain in the body. So we can see this, the consciousness of the soul spread throughout the body. Every cell has a knowledge. Every cell is illuminated by this soul. Okay. The simple example: when the soul is out of the body, nothing functions in the body, right? This deteriorates smells and it is good for burning and becomes a powder when you burn it off, right? So as long as there is a soul, it eliminates, and there is a consciousness. We can see, we can speak, we can talk, we can smell, we can experience happiness, joy. It's all because of presence of soul. Okay. Okay, this is a verse. Anyone want to read last verse? Okay, I'll read it. So this is the final verse of this 13th chapter. Okay, so verse number 35. क्षेत्र क्षेत्रज्ञयोर एवं अंधारम ज्ञान चक्षुषा भूत प्रकृति मोक्षम च ए विदुर्यांति ते परम. Translation: those who see with eyes of knowledge the difference between the body and the knower of the body, and can also understand the process of liberation from bondage in material nature, attain to the supreme goal. Okay, so Krishna spoke about Kshetra Kshetragnur Gnanam. Antara means differences. Okay, Kshetra means body, Kshetragna means soul. If a person can understand whatever Krishna spoke, if a person can understand what is body, what is soul, how the soul is uh, functioning in the body, cat body, dog body, any body, how the soul is functioning, what is the cause for the soul to function in this way, it's because of Prakriti. If a person can understand that, what Krishna is saying, that person endeavors to come out of this bondage. Bhuta Prakriti, Bhuta living entities, Prakriti Moksham cha. He endeavors to come out of this bondage. He clearly understands. He clearly understands. Whoever studies 13th chapter, that is such a person, clearly understands that he's getting trapped in bodies. He's getting trapped in bodies. There are 8.4 million bodies. Think of like apartments. Think of these bodies like an apartments, right? So today we have apartment number 18 in this street. Tomorrow we have a different apartment in different street, right? So we are keep on changing the apartments. The same way, we keep on changing the soul, keep on changing very bodies, dog body, cat body, many bodies, many reptile body, fish body, many 8.4 million species body. Its soul is keep on changing, right? So because of lack of Awareness, knowledge, gnanam. That's why Krishna is saying gnana. Apply gnana to your vision. See the existence, the body, souls with that vision. Understand what is causing the bondage and learn how to liberate from this bondage. Learn how to liberate from this bondage. Okay, Krishna, you are telling me to come out of this body, lay engagements like a bird you can see in this picture. So, yeah, as long as if a bird is in the cage, you can see this example. If the bird is in the cage, thinking like, okay, this cage is the best cage in the world, I'm living happily, never endeavors to come out of the cage, then the bird remains in the cage. Bird never experiences outside world, right? When the bird gains the knowledge, there is something better than this cage. The bird endeavors to come out of the cage, and the bird sets itself free. This relinquish this cage and flies nicely, right? Very nicely. Similarly, soul, when the soul gets a knowledge, as long as there is no knowledge, there is a we are getting trapped. There is a engagements, right? When the soul gets a knowledge, lives a life, understand we are trapped in the bodies, we endeavor to come out of these traps, come out of these material engagements. Okay, set ourselves free. That is the fourth objective of a human life. I said dharma, artha, kama, moksha. We are doing our duties. That's good. We are doing our duties. That's good. Dharma and artha. We are earning possessions. Earning possessions. That is also good. Very nice. And we are experiencing the possessions, enjoying the possession. That's also good. Third objective. And the fourth objective is work towards liberation, moksha. Okay, so there is a fourth objective one must endeavor. If a person gains the knowledge on 13th chapter, he is getting trapped in the bodies, then he endeavors to come out of these traps, endeavors to attain liberation, moksha. That is, endeavors to attain moksha. So, how to attain moksha? What are the different ways? That's what Krishna speaks about the karma. So this chapter, 13th chapter, this is a conclusion. This is the last verse in the 13th chapter. So Krishna repeats systematically what Krishna spoke in previous chapters. If you have missed previous chapters, no problem. So Krishna just repeats from chapter 13, 14, 15 very systematically in detail about the body, soul, and what's causing the bondage, what causes the liberation. It's very systematically Krishna teaches, so it's good for us to learn. And Krishna already spoke about how the soul can set itself free. What is the means to attain moksha, liberation, is spoken by Krishna in middle 6 chapters. It's an easy way. Bhakti yoga. Ananyas chintayanto mam yejana paripa manmana bhamad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Always think about me, always meditate on me. Practice Krishna consciousness, be God consciousness, Krishna consciousness, purify your mind, purify your consciousness, work towards liberation. Right? Krishna says, I promise. Aham tam sarva papebhyo mokshayashyami ma suchaha. Krishna has promised, like, if you take up the process of bhakti, devotion, surrender unto me, it becomes my responsibility. Krishna says in 18th chapter, it becomes my responsibility to liberate you. You don't have to work on yourself. I'll liberate you, guaranteed. So let's all endeavor to come out of this various cages and sets ourselves free and work towards the fourth objective, moksha, by the practice of bhakti yoga. Okay, so with that, I'll stop here. Thank you all for joining the session. If you have any questions, we can take now. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Okay, I'll end the recording.